go.
Ooh, gala. Hey guys, so this here is the current up-to-date part from this little recording session where I recorded 4 episodes as best as I was able to. Been having some audio issues, so hopefully you guys don't pick up anything, but it's really a pain to get everything to work as well as I want it to. It's just such an issue. You have people making noise in the background. You have I have like some syncing issues. I got issues with like properly adjusting the settings and stuff. It's a mess, but regardless, I'm still gonna keep trying. I'm still gonna try to record this. So this is the part where we declare war, so you're gonna see how that goes. But I decide to start building up, and I get ready as I confirm my target to be the raw tech sovereignty. I decide to attack these people. They're the closest, they're the weakest, they're the easiest to attack. I start to lay down a bunch of alloy foundries, which puts me in a bit of a bit of an energy crisis again for a little while anyway, because the people that make alloys cost a lot of energy too, and then I'm making ships which have upkeep and blah blah blah, and it goes on and on. So I believe I decided to make 3 alloy foundries to really get my alloy production up because it's way too low, and I'm just sitting here building up. And I'm pretty sure that in the future I'm gonna lay down a bunch of labs next. Like I'm gonna do a couple more consumer goods, and then I'm gonna lay down some labs to boost my research because my research is super slow and I can't stand it. So I make 5 destroyers there, just to try to hit my my fleet cap of 50. And once it does, I'm gonna upgrade them. But I make my 5 destroyers there. And then what I believe I do is soon enough, I take my fleet and I go check out the Tree of Life thing because I have enough, and I realize I'm going to be waiting a while for all those destroyers to be made and to be fully ready for the war and to upgrade and everything and blah blah blah. So I realize I have time to at least go clear one of these red marks on the map anyway. So what I do is here in a minute I'm going to take my fleet and I'm going to move it over to Caspadine, where that 1K fleet was sitting before, guarding the Tree of Life anomaly. But not yet. First, I'm gonna get a couple more destroyers and I make a few more, and I'm moving them around. I'm getting all of these moats done because they're important. Make another destroyer here. But finally, I'm getting close to being ready to declare war. I've been waiting to do this for a while. Now is probably the best time. Once I'm fully prepared. Waiting too long in Stellaris to wars can also be a detriment, because this game definitely has a snowball effect on how much territory you take and the planets you claim and stuff like that. So you definitely don't want to wait too long to go to war. I believe that's a mistake. So you definitely don't want to do that, as you're only like hurting yourself in that way. So right there you see I finally decide to send my fleet over there, and then I realize I'm like, oh god, I have a horrible negative energy negative, and then I pop capacity overload. But even that, you see, it only puts me to negative 31 from negative 57. So I'm gonna have to make some energy districts to even that out, because that deficiency is way too much. It's never good to be running on deficiency even after you have something like capacity overload popped, or like mining production or whatever it's called popped. It's already bad enough to have that be the case that you're in the negative even after a huge buff like that to your numbers. But something like negative 40 energy is way too much if you're not super in the late game and have like a huge stockpile of it. And so I mean, if you're like in the late game and you have 50k minerals, 30k food, 50k energy, who cares about negative 40 energy? You're never gonna run out. You could just sell minerals, sell food, sell alloys, sell gases, motes, crystals, whatever you want. Alloys. You're never gonna run out. So it doesn't matter when you're at that point, but this early on in the game, it does matter having negative 40 energy. You don't really want to sit on that forever. So I'm pretty sure I start making energy districts here to try and fix that, because that's too big of a deal. See, I checked there. I can't do it on Earth. No space. I'm like, great. Can't do it on Earth. So then I believe I start looking around, because I don't want that to sit forever. And I look and I say, oh look, there's not even a fleet in this system anymore. So I take the science ship, tell them to research, tell them to survey, and then I believe I just moved the fleet back, because I'm like, oh great, I didn't even have to wait all that time just for that. I start getting star holds here because I don't want to wait forever on the star holds. And then the pre-QT, so you know that Empire over there, they decided to let the little lizards under the shield live or whatever, and or actually I don't even know if that's how that works. I'm not really certain if alien empires can do anomalies and stuff the way that players can. They might not be able to. But even if the bots can do that, that might just be like a random chance to have that empire spawn in the game. So anyway, I start really preparing and really getting ready to make war on the Raltic sovereignty, and I decide to take biological pop happiness here to you know, to further boost my just you know, give a small race wide boost to my biological pop. Then I get last ball again. Don't have the influence again because I have been using influence on a million different things. So I wait a little bit, and here I take Society from Researchers, and then I start to look around. I start thinking, all right, you know, what do I want here? And I start thinking, you know, yeah, it's gonna have to be on Zeta Reticuli because of the habitability. It's gonna have to be Zeta Reticuli to buff that to a Gaia World next. Then after that, the plan is I'm probably gonna either go to Grenier or maybe the Bernard Star or whatever. Yeah, Bernard Star. I might go there and colonize that planet possibly and turn that into a Gaia World. There's like 1 or 2 planets that are the best candidates, and those are like the 20 plus size planets, and then the planets that have like tons of special not resources, well, resources, but they have, you know, they have the unique the unique traits on them. Those are the best planets for that relic for me at the time, because I needed to have something else to expand to, and if I was gonna make a red planet into one of those, I figured it might as well be one of the best ones. So here I popped the last ball organism again. I use Nubile life seeding again, and I make Zeta Reticuli Prime into a Gaia World, and that's it. And then immediately, you know, the purging begins again because it creates the stupid it creates the little populations. And it's funny because if you were playing a like, you know, a Xenophile Empire, that would actually be nice for you. It would actually be nice for you to have that just make like 4 or 5 free pops for you, and turns your planet into a Gaia World. Like, that's crazy. Like, that would be really good if you're playing like Xenophiles, or you're playing like you know, the little Xenophile breeders that just crossbreed and just have like 20 different species in their empire and like 10 different half species of all these different, you know, all these different races and stuff. That's a really strong relic if you're playing that empire. Just go settle trash planets, turn them into Gaia Worlds, get population boosts instantly. You know, it's definitely a strategy you could employ if you manage to get that relic early on in a Xenophile playthrough. I might try that sometime, but right now I'm upgrading this fleet, getting ready to go to war with the Raltic sovereignty. I believe I'm also making more armies because I want to be able to crush any planet that I come across. And yeah, this is where I start looking. So I start looking at all the planets at this point. I start looking at all the red planets, and I start looking. Okay, which one do I want to do? Which one do I want to do? Okay, this doesn't have anything. And I looked. I'm like, oh wait, this has it. Or planetary features. And I start looking, and it has, you know, the society from jobs, max districts, has like a bunch of mining districts and generator districts. I'm like, oh, this will be a great one. So I look at Gunnier, and I'm like, alright, this is probably gonna be the one. And look at Gunnier again. I'm like, okay, this is probably the best one. And meanwhile, I'm still upgrading the ship, still making fleets. I mean, not fleets, still making armies. I'm just looking at the Bile organism, checking out, you know, the cooldown. Yeah, it does give the pop growth speed. That's probably a top tier relic just because of what that does. And I notice, oh, I can get proclaimed superiority for influence gain and xenophobe ethics attraction. And I get some stupid, you know, transmission from the curators and just ignore it. I saw some of the private collectors, mostly just because I need the energy. And at this point, I'm just sitting and waiting for this upgrade to go through, which it is almost done with, 90% plus. And I believe soon, yeah, I wanted to get that. I wanted to get the emotes, and then I start upgrading all of my outlying things. Because I didn't want to have any weak spots on my defense, so I upgrade all of my outlying things, upgrade them all to little star bases or whatever, so that they have at least you know, they can repel like a 500 or 600 strength fleet, you know, so they have to, my enemy actually has to actually attack me to take stars, and they can't just send like a 100 strength fleet to go just kill random star bases and just take territory and be annoying while I'm trying to declare war on my own. So I get the fleet ready here, I send it, and I send the army too, and I'm just waiting, and I'm just looking, and I'm looking at who's at war with what. I see, oh, they're already at war with like 2 or 3 other people. I could just come in from the back and start taking all their stars, and they're gonna have no recourse, because all their armies and fleets are all fighting in other wars. So I can just take from the back and attack and take the territory I want, and wait to be able to white piece out if I need to, and just take a bunch of territory essentially for free, with no cost or any real risk even. So, and then then my Justicar dies, which sucked. So then I had to wait. They're gonna have like an election for the new Justicar or whatever, because my old one died. But and so yeah, so I figure, you know, killing off the Raltec sovereignty and taking as much territory from them as I can in this first war, and then hopefully, if possible, even letting me attack through them, letting me attack the bottom empire through them would be ideal. I can't see their name. Yeah, the Gagassi Trading Coalition. What I want to do is I want to try to take the star that lead. There's 2 stars that lead into or technically there's 3, but the bottom left 2 is the ones I'm talking about right there on the map. Pau and Soval. I want to take those 2 because I want to be able to just get into the Gagassi Trading Coalition after I'm done making war on the Raltec sovereignty, so that I don't have to wait to go to war. I could just keep taking territory. That's what you want to do. You want to just it's like a blitzkrieg, right? And that's what this is. I get ready, I get my general, you know, I get ready, and then I just boom, boom. Here you go. This is the first jump in. And so because they're busy, you know, fighting other empires, and you know, not all their armies are here. I just crush their army really fast. I take that star base, which was guarding one of their planets near the edge of my border. I immediately tell the fleet to go there. I take my army, have it land on the planet, and then I just go back to map, and I just go look. So then I go to take Salax. Salax is just, you know, 150, you know, power star base. It's nothing even there. It's just kind of like a connecting star to the more important stars where they have all their stuff. I go to take Akmal, and then I move my fleet to Salax, and then I believe I go back, and I'm like, oh wait, I don't want to build a building here. This is you know, yeah, this is the Xeno planet, so I just close out of it. And yeah, so then finally I'm getting close to being able to take my second perk. So I start looking at what kind of perks I want to take, because I figure, you know, I'm not really sure about what I want to get, but I need to get something that's going to help me. And I consider some of my options, and then I have to pause really quick because I noticed the fleet's jumping in, and I had to react to that really fast, because whenever a fleet like that jumps in, you know, you don't want to let them get away. And of course the fleet was weaker than mine, so really quickly I try to make sure, and then I'm able to pick them off, which is great, because, you know, if you can just pick off like 200, 300, 400, 500, 6 strength fleets like that, it's much better than letting 4 or 5, 600 strength fleets get away, and then you have a 3k fleet you have to fight. You don't want that. You want to pick them off when they're weak. So I kill it really quick, and now I'm just gonna go through. I'm just gonna rampage, try to take as many stars as I can as fast as possible, give them no chance to react, you know, because I just want to take all the territory I can without having to fight them, because they're fighting they're already fighting 2 or 3 other wars at the same time. So I'm really just taking advantage of the fact that they're in like a 3-way war right now, to just take some territory of my own, and abuse that and take advantage of it. And I have to really quickly assign another scientist here, because my old one died, but it still doesn't matter. And right there, like I tried to check to see if I could build a building there, but I think I had like a migration thing going on there, because the second I went to go check, the building slot went away, so I wasn't able to do it. But yeah, pretty much this is the start of this little blitzkrieg war here. I'm taking some of their starting stars. I'm busting all of his star bases and just dealing with the most immediate threats. And so he sends in a 600 strength fleet. This is the first real fleet that I fight. Not even really a real fleet. It dies instantly. Completely crushed. And I'm just able to pretty much, without even a real challenge, just steamroll through all of his borders and stuff, because I'm taking advantage of the fact that he doesn't have any real defenses set up here. Counting all of the fleets I've seen so far, he's had a 600 strength fleet, like a 230 strength fleet or something, 400 strength fleet. He already's had at least close to like a 12 or 1300 strength fleet. Plus, he probably has some other fleets, on other parts of the map, but they're not here. because they're not. Like, I'm attacking them from the back. You can call me a coward if you want in the comments, but I'm gonna take advantage of it regardless. No reason not to. I'm a fanatical purifier. I show no respect to the Xenos. There's no reason to play fairly with them. And pretty much right after this, I just decide to take my last ascension perk, which ends up being Imperial Prerogative. I looked around and decided Interstellar Dominion wasn't going to be a good choice, so I just picked Imperial Prerogative to give myself a better Empire Sprawl and everything. Anyway, that's the end of this part for now. I'm going to try to get these parts to you guys more consistently, but for now that's going to be all. So see you guys later. Peace out.